All right, everybody, what's up? Mike here at Trade Our Truth Trading Group. It is August 12th, Monday. Starting the week off right. Missed a video last week because I had a plane to catch. So missed one last week. But back at it here this week. Starting the week off right with RKDA today. The big winner of the day, trading much higher here after the close. We went all the way up to around 850. So a big time squeeze on this RKDA after the bell. As I make this video, it's just before 6 p.m. Eastern time as I'm making this video, and we're trading up here above $8. But I caught this move on RKDA this morning, but this lesson is going to be not necessarily so much the setup on the initial entry, but how to add back to a position after you have already taken profits. Because my initial entry on RKDA was for a really nice gain. I sold 25% of my position, then I sold 50% of my position. I was holding on to 25%, but it still looked good. It still looked good, and I still thought we had some more room to the upside, so I was looking for an area that I can add back to that position. And this is something that a lot of traders struggle with because it screws up your average price on the entry. So you really have to be methodical and strategic with where you add back to a position once you've already been in the stock and taken profits, but you want to buy it again. Okay, now whether you're talking about just buying your first trade and you want to buy it again just to start your position, or you're still holding on to a piece and you want to add back. That's what I did today. I was holding on to some and I added back. And we're going to talk about how you can go about doing that confidently and how you can do it without completely screwing up the initial trade. And that's the problem that traders struggle with. Is I bought RKDA at $6.18. Okay, when I bought it back, when I took profits off at like 646 or 643, we'll get to my trade announcements in a second. Then I took the bulk off at like 674, 673, something like that. And then I bought it more back at 652. Okay, so 652, that add from the 618 initial entry is going to screw up that average price, which might start to mess with the trader's head mentally. But I'm playing with house money at that point because I'd already taken the bulk of my position off the table for like a 50 cent, actually more, 60% gain per share on the position. So it was house money at that point, and we're going to go over that and talk about when and how you can add to a position and what you can look for to help spot the opportunity to add. Okay, so let's get to RKDA today. Let's pan this over. Let's forget about what's going on right now after the bell. Coming into the day today, things were quiet pre-market aside from the large gap down in the SPY. We ended up continuing lower. But as far as individual stocks, I really only had two stocks I was paying attention to. It was RKDA and YRIV. Both of them made really good moves. Both of them were small caps, so that's a change of pace because the small caps have been a little quiet lately, which is normal during the summer, like earnings season. It's normal for small caps to quiet down. So to see two small caps lead the way today, RKDA and YRIV, is nice to see. It's nice to see, and hopefully this starts to wake up some of these small caps. So right off the bat, we had the gap up and we pushed higher. Then we got this crazy candle. This was crazy. Okay, we pushed up off the open, pulled all the way back down, almost to the low of the day, and within seconds, I'm talking seconds, we were back up to a new high of 675, 680. I mean, this was within seconds. So when that tail was put in right there, I said to myself, damn, okay, there's got to be a lot of support down in this area. Okay, there's got to be a lot of support down in this area that as soon as we opened, we surged higher. We pulled back in. As soon as we got back below 6, we exploded back up to a new high within seconds. So I said, there's got to be a real aggressive buying pressure down here. Now, at this point, RKDA was very choppy. It has a small float, but it wasn't. It was trading like it had a much bigger float than it does. It was very choppy. It was actually a lot thicker than I was expecting it to be. So it was kind of tough action there in the morning. It was kind of weird action right in here, this little chop area. But once we pulled back down into this area, I said I'm looking for one more other signal here that there's still support down here, and I'm going to try to get long RKDA because I thought on the daily chart we had room if we can get through. Let me go to the chart. I'll show you what I was looking at. This area, this 650 area. So right here is where I'm looking at, thinking to myself that if we can get through this area on the daily, that we've got a lot more room to the upside. Okay, it was like that 650 to 670 area. Okay, so we kind of got up there, found some resistance, pulled it back in, but I'm thinking if we can get through it that we have room. So we pull back down into this area again, and we get another strong tail that takes us back up towards VWAP. And right here is where I jumped in long RKDA at $6.18. I'll zoom in. 9:55 a.m. long RKDA at 6.18. Stop loss around 5.95. So real nice tight stop on that position. And the other thing you start to notice here, guys, is the trade line comes into play. So the trade line's acting as an area of support, and we have this uptrend support line that gets established here that starts to act as support as well, while we form a real nice little wedge pattern. Okay, so this is what I was looking at on RKDA, this real nice little wedge pattern. I got long as close to this support trend line as I could. Okay, I got long as close. It was actually, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move this line. Bear with me, guys. All right, so right there is the 618 entry. All right. And I'm looking for this to break out of this wedge, and honestly, I thought we were going to do one of these. I thought RKDA was going to squeeze out of the wedge, go through the high of the day, and halt. That's what I thought was going to happen. So once we popped out of this wedge, we were having a lot of trouble here. I mean, there was endless amounts of offers that kept coming in at 650. 30,000 shares, 20,000 shares, 25,000 shares, 18,000 shares, 20,000 shares, 15,000 shares, nonstop. I mean, there'd be a 25,000 share offer. It would get taken 2 cents later, bang, another 18,000 shares. I'm like, where is this stock coming from? All right, where is all of this stock coming from? And it was just, the stock was having a very hard time after it broke out of this little wedge. I was expecting that. So when we didn't get that, I'm saying to myself, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm going to play this safe. I dropped some of my position right here when it just seemed like we were having a lot of trouble. I sold 25% of my position at $6.46. Then we make a little pop up to go and test the high of the day. And that's one of our rules, guys, you know, taking some profit off in front of the high of the day. So the bulk of my position off the table at $6.73. So again, long at 618, sold 25% at 646, sold half the position at 673. But now I'm still in the trade, but only 25% of my position size. And when I start to notice, I extended this uptrend support line. And what you start to notice is that this uptrend support line is still holding. Okay, it's still holding. And this is when I started to say to myself, I might want to buy this thing back. We're forming an ascending triangle at this point. We went from a wedge, okay, after we broke out of the wedge, now we formed an ascending triangle pattern. Ascending triangle pattern has horizontal resistance across highs, has an upward sloping support trend line that takes you up closer and closer to that resistance level. And you look for a break through resistance and a nice move higher. So once I start to see that this support trend line was still holding, now I'm saying we also have VWAP sitting here. We've got the trade line sitting here. This area is creating a nice another area of support. I'm going to look to see if I can add back to this position. But the key here to this add back, guys, was patience, because what you did not want to have happen was getting caught in a double top. This could have very easily been a double top. So I did not just add back to this position right there on the very first pullback into that trend line. I waited a solid like 15 minutes for this trend line to hold. Okay, we got a trade line and VWAP crossover where this yellow line, the trade line, crossed over and above VWAP. All right, we've got the uptrend support line, VWAP trade line. So I'm thinking to myself, there's a real nice area of support there. If this starts to continue to hold, I'm going to buy more. So right here, I waited. This was enough time to say to myself, okay, this area is holding. I'm going to add back to this position, and I bought more back at 652 right there. So again, 618 entry, 25% of my position off the table, 50% of my position off the table, and I bought those shares back at 652. Back to my trade announcements. Here you guys can see at 10:37 a.m. I added back RKDA at 652 with the stop loss now moved up to the 625 area. Why is the stop loss now moved up? As this support trend line works its way higher, my stop loss works its way higher with it. This trend line becomes my new stop loss. Okay, so as we continue to climb, my stop loss climbs with it. This is a great area if you want to get long the stock again. This was a great area for me to add back to the position because I have very, very, very small and well-defined risk. Okay, there's my risk. There's the entry. There's my risk. Very nice, clear, defined risk, and I've got a lot more room to the upside. So good risk-reward ratio on that ad. I'm also playing with house money, okay? Playing with house money here because I already took the bulk of my position off the table from 618 all the way up again to 673. So I'm sitting on a real nice profit. I can add back to this position right here. We pop up to the high of the day. We're being prudent again, taking 25% of the position off in front of the high of the day. Right here, took some profit at 674, still holding some, and then bang, we get the pop through the high of the day. And we sell the bulk of the position right there at 710. And now I'm back down to 25% of my position, looking for a continuation move. I thought we had room up to 775. I really thought we were going to do it, but rolled it over. And when we broke down back below VWAP, I got stopped out on this tail. This tail right here, I got stopped out at 650. So here you guys can see final take profit at 650. Okay, so again, I'm able to be break even on that extra ad, but my average was still lower because I still had that 25% left from the 618. So I'm able to walk away from this trade profitable on all take profits. Here's the first entry, 25% and 50%, added back to a full position here, 25%, 50%, 25%. Okay, it was a really nice trade. It was a good way to start the day and good way to start the week. It was my only trade on the day. I was working on a bunch of some brand new video content and some video courses for the TTG community. We've got the True Trading Group curriculum on the website where I created a beginner course bundle, an advanced course bundle, and an options trading course. And I'm constantly adding courses and videos and educational material and that kind of stuff. So I spent the rest of the day making some more videos. So that's what I did for the rest of the day, and I locked in this profit, was very happy with the day. So I just protected my gains the rest of the day and just packed it in and focused on making some of that video content for the TGG community. All right. So that's it, guys. That is how you can go about adding back to a position after you've already taken profits and not screw yourself up by messing up your average price, because it's really a mental game when it gets to that point, and it's all about picking your spots, waiting for a nice low risk entry point when you're playing with house money, so that you know even if the second trade fails, you're not going to give back everything that you just made on that first successful trade. You're just looking to add to the position. You're looking to get more profit out of a winning trade, and this is a good example of how you guys can go about adding back to a position once you've already taken the bulk of your position off the table for a profit. Tomorrow's TGG Tuesday. Chat room's open free for everybody. Go to truetradinggroup.com, upper right-hand corner, click on TGG Tuesday, fill out the form. You will get a link that'll give you access to the TTG chat room for free all day tomorrow. You guys can see my screen, hear me on the mic, see exactly what I'm doing, what trades I'm placing, hear me on the mic walking through the analysis step by step throughout the way. Follow me on Twitter, guys, at MikeEdward_TTG. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, flick that little notification button with your mouse. Posting content up here daily about mental and technical lessons, and I will see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.